Hi everybody, Mark with a C here. This is a Q&A for August of 2017, but I guess technically September of 2017 because I took my sweet ass time making this. I'm going to answer some questions. These were all asked on the Mark with a C Advisory Board Facebook group, which is nowhere near as secret as I make it out to be. The first question today is from Shelly Stokes, who asked, what about shock treatment did I connect to so much to want to make cover songs? Shelley is referring to a 1981 film named Shock Treatment, which was the follow-up to Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I've got songs coming out. Well, one of the very first things I did as Mark with a C was I recorded some covers of songs from the soundtrack to Shock Treatment, and now they're putting the film on Blu-ray. I think I'm on the Blu-ray. It's still a quagmire. As of this taping, I don't actually know what's going on, and the production company is hard to reach at best. There was an announcement made that I would be there, and, so I guess they're kind of on their word, but then also there was a retraction of an announcement, and I don't know what they were referring to. Anyways, listen, Shock Treatment itself, the themes that they wrote in 1981 about isolation, loneliness, separation, toxic masculinity, they were written so well that they were just unbelievably timeless, and none of the songs ever get boring to sing. I just love them. I thought every single song, Richard O'Brien and Richard Hartley, I think that's his name, just knocked it out of the park, and I was thrilled to take part. Now, keep in mind that the vinyl release of my covers of songs, which you can get at markwithac.bandcamp.com for a very limited time, because we're not making many of these because we can't afford to, and really, how many people want to have young Mark with a C singing lo-fi covers of songs from the follow-up to Rocky Horror? I mean, come on, that's a pretty niche. Is it niche? It's that audience. It's the N-I-C-H-E audience. That's what it is. But the film is a lot more dark and depressing than it's given credit for, and I think if you close your eyes, if you're not looking at the screen and you just listen to the songs and the script, you're going to find yourself crying in your beer. So, Kevin Workman asked me, why does holding political opinions while being an artist seem to receive more ire than just the average person? I thought about this a lot. It's a dangerous time to answer it. It's a dangerous question to answer, but I'm going to tell you. It's because when you are, for the most part, when anybody goes to see a musician or an artist, they think they're going to see them at work. And their job is to entertain. They want the escape. So when they start waxing political, even if they do make that into some kind of artistic statement, it's like, no, look, this is no different than me going to see you at McDonald's. If I order my large fry and you start going, boy, doesn't the senator suck, then you're probably going to go, hey, look, I just came for French fries. And I think that people look at artists and musicians as those who kind of give you artistic French fries. So they're kind of mad when they're pushing the political beliefs onto you. Now, it's not something that I agree with. I have no problem with it. I kind of like knowing where people stand on issues myself. And I went to see Roger Waters just a couple of months ago, and people were walking out while he bashed the current president. And some were yelling, "America!" No kidding. They were at a Roger Waters concert, the cat from Pink Floyd, and they were somehow surprised to find out that he has liberal leanings, right? That maybe he wasn't into us bombing other countries. Maybe that wasn't what he was onto. Maybe the wall he was singing about wasn't the wall that conservatives are chanting about. This was completely lost on some audience members, and they walked out furious, and there were like fights, actual fights in that arena. I don't know why there's so much ire. They're still human beings, and what they're ultimately being given is a platform to amplify what they want to tell you. And if they want to tell you something political, I think you would do well to remember that they're not selling you French fries. Kevin Workman said, every Mark of the C album from Motherfuckers Be Bullshittin' onward is decidedly relatively higher fidelity than everything prior. Is this just the new standard? Is there a chance of intentionally dipping down a bit again, or is Lo-Fi Mark just dead? It's happenstance. It's truly happenstance. I always want to get a little bit better at what I do, but what I've always done is made the best of what was around. I didn't always have the best tools to either play or to capture the sound, but I always grabbed whatever was nearest to capture the excitement when I wanted to create, when I wanted to record. And as the years went on, I ended up with better equipment. I ended up with a little bit more know-how to get there. those things all seeped into the records. And the next record, the one that's coming out in early 2018, is definitely going to be the most hi-fi record I've ever done. Now, that doesn't mean this is Dark Side of the Moon Part 2, listen to it on headphones, you're going to have your head blown off. It doesn't mean that. It just means that I guess it's more along the lines of what you might expect from recording standards. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do as far as recording past this album. Because if you'll remember, I did just about a year ago, I did a benefit EP, a charity EP for my friend Aubrey, who's got cystic fibrosis. It's called Songs for Aubrey, and we recorded that on a 4-track because that was what was near and how we could record the band quickly and efficiently and like have it on sale that night. And if it wasn't that night, it was something like within 24 hours of the idea happening. So Lo-Fi Marc is not dead, but when I write a demo, I often want to make it a little bit better than the demo. You know, there's stuff that I want to refine, and eventually, by the time it hits your ears, it's now been refined. Boy, has it been refined. Okay, so Lo-Fi Marc's not dead. I don't know what the future holds. I think you will find yourself pleasantly surprised about the trajectory, and maybe, just maybe, it's been part of a big plan. David Van Pelt asks me, if you were to go back and start it all over again, would you still go by Marc with a C? Knowing what I know now, if I could go back with the knowledge I currently have, because I would have to have that in order to change my stage name, that would be the last thing I'd be concerned with. There's a lot of other things I would change, but ultimately I wouldn't really change anything. It all got me to where I am right now, which is pretty happy, pretty content, and really proud of the material that I've done under the name Marc with a C. The name Marc with a C was sort of, I came up with it in haste, but there are certainly worse names out there. There's a band called My Dick Smells Like Shit. I think Marc with a C is an okay name. Alright everybody, that's going to be it for this month. If you've got any questions, I'm pretty easy to find. I'll talk to you soon.